Hi everyone, we're here to tell you about our Patreon.
Your support enables our podcast to grow bigger and better. If you love this podcast, check out our VIP area over on Patreon. For as little as £3 a month, that's 70p a week, you gain access to our Patreon exclusive episodes every single week.
These episodes include our monthly talent show, which is live on stage, featuring some of the best comedians in the country. Look at this.
I used to be like a Meatloaf impersonator.
Sing us some Meatloaf right now.
There's evil in the air, there's thunder in the sky, and a killer on a bloodshot streets. Hold down the tunnel where the deadly horizon. Oh, I swear, a young boy down to God.
Plus, you can get up close and personal with us on the Shed episodes, where we are definitely not under the influence of illegal substances.
I'm trying to hold this babe back. Can't hold it back much longer. Oh, not into the
There's an ever-growing archive of Patreon exclusive episodes ready for you to dive into right now this second.
Episodes like the 420 special, where Amy wrote me a comedy set for me to do in front of a live audience who had no idea what I was doing. It was horrific.
It was bad.
Have a look.
I've made a list of the really bad things I've done in my life, and I'm going to make up for them now. I have wanked over my nan. She had really amazing tits.
There's loads of other bonuses like 48 hours early access to our public episodes, pre-sale on tickets and merch.
£5 tiers get you discounts on the live show tickets. You get a free print that was designed by me and Amy. Sick. People put it up in their houses and that. Class.
£10 patrons get free tickets to our live shows. They get a signed print, discount on merch, and an exclusive members only club card.
Ooh, these club cards are reserved for podcast guests and the £10 tier top dons. Check out the details over at patreon.com/the Mild High Club. Join the club, will ya? Get involved.
We absolutely love you guys, and without your support we wouldn't be where we are, so thank you.
We love yous.
On with the show.
You're the best.
I do believe we're sponsored by Manscaped.
Ooh. And you know, when I'm prepping my balls to dip them in household condiments, I'm using Manscaped products. We just received our performance package, and including in that, you get the Lawnmower 4.0, which is this nifty little shaver. Very lightweight. It's waterproof. Got a little light on it so you can really see what's going on down there. You also get Crop Reviver Ball Toner. Give your balls a little spritz, make them smell nice. And you also get some anti-chafing ball deodorant. Look at that. Lovely balls. I'm airy up here. I'm smooth as a seal from the neck down.
Ladies, we go through so much grooming, from eyebrows to eyelashes, hair and nails. The very least your fella can do is tidy up his horrible scraggly ball sack. If you're looking for a chunky gift for your man, look no further than Manscaped.
During the 4 million men worldwide who've reduced odour, their chance of ingrown hairs, nicks and cuts on the ball bag, get yourself a performance package today. Use the code TMHC20 at checkout for 20% off and free shipping. Plus, you get a little gift with it. These anti-chafing underpants. Very soft.
They feel amazing.
And you also get this bag, which is nice and smooth, like your bag will be when you use the Lawnmower 4.0.
You know, if you're looking to buy a gift for your dad, now I don't know much about dads, but from what I see in the films, they've got hairy noses and hairy ears. Well, in that case, the Weed Whacker. Perfect for those hairy crevices.
Get on it. Manscaped.com. Use code TMHC20 at checkout. 20% off. Free shipping. Your balls will thank you. Your missus will thank you. Your fella will thank you.
Your dad'll thank you.
Your dad will thank you. Go get it. We love yous.
Love you.
Back to the show.
Bye. Whoop.
We're back.
Episode 69.
Woo-woo.
We've got Millie Dollar,
Hey.
burlesque performer, and aspiring stand-up. Yeah?
Yeah. So new to the
game
of
yeah.
stand-up, but
Was
very
your
long
fa-
in the tooth of burlesque.
Was your
Yeah.
first gig in hot water?
It was,
Oh,
yeah.
nice. That's
It
cool.
was about just over 2 months now.
Yeah.
Lovely.
The
How
hot
you
water
finding
open
it?
mic.
Not many women around these ways.
Well, no, the other night, last Monday at Hot Water, there
There was
was
4 women on.
Let me tell you, that's a
almost made
rarity.
half the bill.
Yeah.
Almost.
That's a rarity.
Yeah.
A
Love that many
third of
women.
the spots were women,
Yeah.
which was
Yeah.
it was a shocker, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Mad.
And 3 is had different hair colours, like the Powerpuff Girls. It was great.
Yeah,
And
it was
Dean.
like making a Charlie's Angels of
Yeah.
Waterley.
Yeah. It's funny.
Dean was more Jojo. Dean was him.
Who?
Him.
Oh, that's what I look like in that picture, wasn't it? That's how I felt in that picture before.
You looked great in those heels.
So,
Episode
Burlesque.
69.
What?
Episode 69. Millie was telling us she's got a terrifying story about the number 69.
Oh no, the thing is like I'm not a fan of 69s,
No.
and I just think they're a little bit overrated now. Like, because
Yeah.
everyone's like, oh, 69, feeling fine, 69, nice, and all that. But
why are you not a fan of them?
I think it was because of my first ever one,
Okay.
and it scarred me for life.
Yeah.
Oh.
Absolutely scarred me for
Oh,
life.
we want to hear about
So,
that.
Like, you know when you're younger and you get your first boyfriend,
Mm-hmm.
and they're usually the most unhygienic ones.
Oh, yeah.
Like the kind of guys who make you think that everyone's got dick cheese.
Well, mine
You know,
didn't.
that
but-
kind of guy.
Okay.
Like, he'll teach you about music and drugs, but he doesn't know how to wash his own dick.
Yeah.
Like, he's that kind of guy. And he got on top.
Right.
It's an aggressive position.
It is.
Man on
and
top.
like, I'm only little.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
was like on top of me.
Yeah.
And at some point he decides to come up for air.
Right.
So I'm just stuck with him, sat on my face.
Oh, no.
With like a pair of balls hanging over it.
Oh, no.
Giving me the bollock eyebrows. And then all I can see when I look up is his taint. And I've said ever since then, 69s have been tainted.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
been scarred for life by
I
a
absolutely
sweaty
have.
man's gooch. Yeah.
Much good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's enough to put someone off of 69, I think.
Yeah.
So you've never gone back? You never tried being the
I
on
mean,
top one?
As long as they don't get on top.
Okay.
At least
Yeah, yeah.
side to side, or let me go on top.
Little
Like,
side
be a
to side
gentleman.
one.
Yeah.
Or like, just, you know,
Okay. Coming
Yeah.
in hot.
assume the position. Let me get on top.
Yeah.
Then it's fine.
So have you only tried it once and was like, this isn't for me,
I
this?
think I've tried it a few other times, but it's just like PTSD.
Yeah,
Really
right.
bad flashbacks of like sweaty taint in my face.
Yeah, that is enough to put you off something, isn't it, really?
So with burlesque, how
Yeah.
did that? Because in your stand up, you say you're from a religious upbringing.
Extremely religious upbringing.
And also, you also say about being deaf and having OCD,
Yeah.
and that means what is it?
Obsessive compulsive disorder.
And yeah, but it means you get intrusive thoughts of
so-
everyone you meet,
well, there's-
including your dad.
There's loads of different like levels and types of OCD.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, they only really know that one, the kind of Hollywood presented
Yeah.
OCD of people being like germaphobe.
Like,
or-
flicking the lights off and on and that before you
Yeah.
go out and shit like that.
Yeah, and having to like check every little stove
Mm.
switch and all
Yeah.
that kind of thing. But the type of OCD that I've got is the intrusive thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
So that can be anything from thinking of just like punching someone in the face for no reason.
Yeah.
Just when
Yeah.
you're trying to have a chat. Which
Yeah.
is kind of a little bit distracting.
Is that how you felt when you met Steve?
I mean,
I think I've
Nice.
got
You
OCD.
can't punch me.
yeah, you've got quite a punchable face, and
Oh,
but you seem lovely. So
got no
I'm
camera on him, so you
really
can't even
bad.
see his punchable face.
You're just gonna have to like pop him up in the corner like a gift.
Yeah, we'll get a little
Just
gift.
a little sticker of Steve.
Seem lovely, but want to punch you in the face.
Yeah.
Nice. Appreciate
Yeah, but so a lot of the other type of OCD intrusive thoughts I get are like sex based,
Yeah.
and they're usually about the last people you want to think about doing.
That's
Yeah.
so
Based with-
cruel that your
It
brain
is.
would do that to
Yeah.
you.
Apparently, it's your brain. It pictures a thought of something you'd never really want to do ever.
And it's
So
like,
of course,
bing. Yeah.
my main one is like a sexual thing, and when I talk about it in my set, I mention like having an image in your mind of sucking your dad's dick,
Yeah.
which, you know, it's been a really great joke to do this past week because of Father's Day.
Yeah, yeah.
So I've been able to like loop it back to that.
Yeah.
But my dad has seen me do stand up.
Yeah.
Like, he came to Hot Water the second time I was there
Yeah.
and watched me tell that joke
Yeah.
to a room full of people and then say, and he's here tonight.
Yeah.
Here's my dad.
At least everyone laughed though in the crowd, didn't it?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, thankfully.
so we can be sat there going, "Oh, okay, at least
It
it's
wasn't
funny."
like
Yeah.
Jerry Springer. Ooh.
Yeah.
But
What did he
So-
say about it?
Yeah. What's his
he's
response?
all right with it.
Yeah,
Is it?
And it sounds weird. Like,
yeah, it sounds a bit
It's
rough,
Check that
doesn't it?
man's head.
then, weirdly, he understood, and I don't know if that's his way of, without telling me that he has the same kind of thing.
Yeah,
or
maybe.
Oh,
they
that's fucked
could
up,
be
you
hereditary, I
guys.
don't know.
What was that show that we watched? Remember that show?
Oh,
there was a
Pure.
TV show. Yeah,
Pure.
I've seen that.
Scottish
And she has that, and she goes to
yeah.
like a wedding and that, and she's like speaking to her nan,
Picturing
and then it
all
like
the-
cuts to her like rubbing her
Yeah.
nan's tits and all that, and she's just like, oh, I gotta get out.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
funny. That.
Well, luckily he'd seen that show.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. So he sort of had an
He-
understanding of.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, have you seen this? Have you got?" And it's like, "You're surprisingly cool with this."
Yeah.
But then I wouldn't let my mum come and see any of my stand up.
Okay.
Is she the proper religious one? Is your dad
She's
not as
extremely-
asked?
He's not religious anymore.
Right. Okay.
But my mum, she's very religious. She's
Yeah.
the kind of like, if she goes to Costa and gets a cup of tea and a muffin, she's got to pray over it before she eats it.
Yeah.
What?
Kind of major.
Wow.
That's mad, isn't it?
And
Yeah,
you,
religion.
yeah.
Muffins and
But
coffee.
she's also a wee bit fucked up. Like, so I won't let her see my set because I talk about religion.
Yeah.
But I did tell her about the joke about my dad.
Yeah.
And she said, "Do you ever think about me like that?" And I was like, "No."
Now I am.
And she seemed kind of offended.
I'm
And then-
fuming that you wouldn't like
Yeah.
fucking whatever.
And then
Yeah.
said, "Well, you've been in my vagina though."
Oh,
So,
that's true.
Yeah. I mean, it's true,
You've
but
also
it's a
been in
weird
your dad's
angle. Isn't it?
balls.
yeah,
You have.
it's in my origin story.
Yeah.
All started off in my dad's balls.
Yeah.
It's his fault, really, isn't it? That's-
Full circle.
Exactly. Wow. So I want to know how you ended up, like, from a super religious family to
Yeah.
an industry where they have, what did you say, laser beam butt
Laser bum
plugs.
plugs.
And that's an aerial performer I know called Empress Star,
Okay.
and she
Shout out.
does an aerial hoop piece wearing a laser butt plug.
That's
and it just
cool.
That's hilarious. That.
Zooms lasers across the room.
So in a performance, everything's out then.
For her, yeah.
Wow.
So for a lot of burlesque, especially in the UK, a lot of burlesque, it'll go down to like G-strings and
Yeah.
pasties, like do tassel twirling,
Yeah.
things like that. But in America, it's a lot more open, so people get a lot more naked.
Oh,
on
okay.
stage there.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's usually because the licensing laws are a little bit different.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
We'll slide this
like-
picture
yeah.
in here. That's
I
incredible.
think you
that.
need to put it in front of this camera so that everyone
We'll-
can.
I'm
we'll
going to
put it
slide
on
it into the
Majesty.
episode so
Oh,
you can
yeah,
see
yeah.
it properly. Yeah.
But it looks like Neon Cat. Remember Neon Cat?
No, but I would have if it looked like that. Fucking hell. That's mad.
She should have made that an act.
Yeah.
Neon Cat act.
Yeah.
That would've
Just
been
wearing a big
great.
pop tart.
I want to
Just
know,
for that
like,
weird track, like.
I want to know how you come up with that. Do you know what I mean? Like sitting down going, I need something for my aerial act and I don't know what.
I think
Insane.
Oh my God.
that's the maddest thing I've ever seen.
Well,
Jesus.
Googling that
I'm
when I
into
get
it.
in.
You see a lot of weird shit in burlesque.
Tell
to be
us
fair.
more.
Is that what's the weirdest one that you've seen?
The
That's-
weirdest act.
That's got to be up there.
I have seen someone do an act which it was in New York,
Yeah.
and she's a friend of mine as well. And she did an act where she had like an accent on, and then she got peanut butter, and then she put the peanut butter like packed it in herself,
Yeah.
and then secreted it back out, and then threw it into the audience.
What?
Burlesque. Like it's no one thinks
Yeah.
about burlesque like that, do they? Everyone thinks it's
In
like that,
America,
like
it's
thing.
a lot
Yeah.
more like performance.
Someone's just like,
art.
yeah, fuck off.
Yeah.
Throwing
Peanut-
peanut
peanut
butter. yeah.
Peanut
But the problem
nuts.
is if you pack like peanut butter into that cylindrical shape,
Yeah.
once you throw it out into the audience, you're not going to think it's peanut butter. You're going to think that someone's had an accident.
Yeah.
Like,
Why is
that was
this?
at
Who
the,
comes up with the ideas? This is what I want to know. Like,
But who enjoys that? Like, because I understand the sexy ladies.
I think people who've got nut allergies are like the forbidden fruit. You know,
yeah, I can just all I can think about is like baseball games where they try and like catch the ball. And you see people like fighting over it and
you
that.
wouldn't want to catch it though because it'd just be.
Yeah, just people scrambling for it. Like I got it, I got the peanut butter. Like it just seems like a weird thing now.
That's
Mad.
Yeah.
mad.
I've seen a lot of people rubbing a lot of weird things on themselves.
Yeah.
What is going on at
What?
these places? We're
I
going to
mean-
have to go, aren't we? We're going to have to
Yeah.
check it out. Maybe that
So
one.
many different like levels in burlesque now.
Yeah.
So it's weird because I'll see stuff like that or I'll be on the same bill as someone doing those kind of acts, like
Yeah.
performance art acts.
Mm.
And then I've also done shows where there's like kids in the audience.
Ooh,
Right.
That's
which
weird.
is weird.
Yeah.
Lazy
it's-
bum all's not for kids, is it?
Which
Laser bum all.
laser bum all, not some more. She might have to like cover up a little.
Yeah. And peanut butter fanny time. That's not for kids either.
Peanut butter fanny time. All I can think of with the lasers is just remember the laser pens you used to get in school. Like people always used to have them in school, and you could put like the different ends on them, so it would like change what the laser said.
Oh,
yeah,
so
yeah.
you project like images.
Yeah, just like a
into-
fucking little 420 FTM, little
thing that
fucking
comes to mind for
laser
me
spinning
is,
round.
If I see her do an act with that again, I just want to release some cats.
Oh yeah, and have them fucking flying all over the place.
Yeah.
So you've been to America? Was that to do burlesque as well, or
The first time I went to America, I went to LA, Hollywood.
Nice.
Did like a little mini tour.
Yeah.
But it was really weird because I was only a year in to performing at that time, so I was like really young and naive and like proper bright-eyed.
So how many years have you been doing burlesque?
It'll be 16 years. this year.
Wow. Can
That's long.
I? How do you feel about disclosing your age?
I'm fine with.
Because I was
Because,
shocked.
Yeah, a lot of
'Cause
people are like, "When did you start?"
Yeah. Go on, tell us out.
I'm 36.
She's 36.
oh right? Because when you said 16 years, I was like, fucking hell.
Started when you were 8.
Hang on.
Yeah.
yeah.
Just 10-year-old
'Cause you
burlesque.
look
Like, there's
great.
kids in
That's
the
like-
audience. Why not on the
Yeah.
stage?
Dripping out of my school uniform.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's mad.
You look amazing.
So
Oh, thanks.
when you were younger,
Yeah.
were you very religious as well?
Yeah,
Just
I
by
think I
proxy of
was
your parents,
super
like-
religious until I was about 17.
Right. Okay.
Like, so to give you like an idea of how religious my parents were, we basically were missionaries for a few years when I was
Right.
a kid.
Okay.
So when we were 2, we moved to Australia,
Hmm.
and then spent 2.5 years living in Sydney, and then went up to Darwin,
Okay.
and then from there we went to New Zealand, and we drove around the entirety of New Zealand, working with different churches and stuff.
See,
Wow.
on the outside of it, that sounds quite cool, that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But then it's also
New Zealand's very religious, isn't it? Like they have Jesus radio.
there's a place called Christchurch.
Yeah,
Yeah, they went.
Like literally so religious.
One of the places we went.
yeah. But see, like on the outside, it seems nice, doesn't it? Like traveling around with your family, going to all these churches and that.
Yeah.
But then there's sort of like an underlying thing of like, you kind of got brainwashed by your mum and dad into religion, innit?
Yeah, 'cause
like-
I was born into it. I
Yeah,
didn't really
yeah.
have much of a choice.
Mm.
Yeah.
But it's a weird like combination with my parents because they both used to be like, well, they still are the very creative people.
Yeah.
Dad
Yeah.
used to be in bands in the 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
And like almost made it big, which is something he'll tell you a lot if you ever have a conversation.
What was the band called?
The Moderates.
The Moderates.
Yeah,
Oh,
but there's another band that have called themselves the Moderates now.
Right.
So it's got like some bits floating around.
Yeah.
Like they did a John Peel session back
Oh, cool.
in the late 70s.
Oh, nice.
So they're really like open about a lot of stuff,
yeah.
but then also super religious.
Yeah,
Okay.
So
yeah,
it was a really weird combo of being like introduced to a lot of music and
Yeah.
film and all these mad things.
Yeah.
And
And how did
getting taken to church every week. you
Yeah.
know?
how did the devil sink its teeth into you?
Well,
What age did that happen?
Exactly. I remember like because of all these churches that we went to, a lot of them were those really like, you know, we've got a church in-house rock and roll band, so we're one of those cool churches.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
But they'd be the kind of churches where people would be like speaking in tongues. And
Was that in Australia and that?
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you know Thomas Green. We've had him on. He's a comedian, and he was also, his family were really religious and that. And
What
he
if we
said
went to the same church?
Yeah.
maybe, yeah. And he said like he ended up leaving his like family church to go to one of these cool ones where there's
Yeah.
like rock bands and that. And he said there was people like speaking in tongues and shit, and
Yeah.
he was like gutted that he hadn't spoke tongues because the spirit hadn't come through him and all that.
Yeah.
Exactly how I felt. I
We'll
felt
have
like
to
I was
introduce yous.
broken.
Mad.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, because you think like, God,
What am I doing
God
wrong?
mustn't love me
Yeah,
enough,
yeah, yeah.
or I mustn't be holy enough or something. But I remember like,
That's mad, isn't it?
I think when I was 8, because my parents they basically worked as ministers, so they were just always doing stuff,
Yeah.
and we were really young, so we were like a little bit neglected, like
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
But I remember trying to get their attention by pretending I could speak in tongues.
Ah, right, okay.
So for the first time I ever faked it was me speaking in tongues at the age of 8.
And like, how did you go about it? Did you practice?
No, I think I was just trying to mimic what I'd seen other people do, but you're like, just
just like,
making
I've
up
had enough.
absolute nonsense.
Yeah.
Just to be like,
And how did you?
I'm holy. So
what did you do with your
to me?
bod? Like, was you sat down?
Yeah, I was just
just
sat there normal.
At the
but
table? Like,
yeah.
Was that the first time you realised you could do the nipple tassel thing? Like speaking in tongues and go, hey, actually, I've got a bit of rhythm there. Like,
Yeah, I was like, I think I've got a bit of a character on the go here. I can do a bit of acting.
is that when you first started getting into burlesque, did you start off as like some sort of like nun type character or something like that? I felt like that's the way it'd go, like, because it's still ingrained in you at first. Like you go,
it's weird because you still feel like some things feel sacrilegious.
Yeah.
Even though you're not.
just so many
involved
years
in
of it
that,
being
it
like
just-
in your head,
Yeah.
innit?
Yeah.
And then for a very long period of time, I just couldn't be around anything religious at all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Like, it just kind of messed my head up. for a
Yeah,
long
that
time,
happens,
really.
doesn't it? It's
Yeah.
like people who have alcohol addiction or something.
Yeah.
Like when they stop that, it's like, I can't be near it. I need to
Yeah,
like
yeah.
heal
Yeah.
myself from the
Like a
trauma of
detox
it.
from it.
Yeah, exactly. So
What happened at 17 then when you fucked it all off?
That's a bit too
okay.
horrid a story, I think.
okay.
Like, so we should probably keep it light.
So we left that.
Let's keep that.
We
let's-
leave the
let's keep it
church
light.
on a nice story. You just woke up one day and went, you know what, this isn't for me.
Just keep slagging off the church.
Yeah,
It'd be
yeah,
grand. But yeah, no, because I think I always felt a bit of an outcast
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
in everything.
Yeah.
Like I felt an outcast at school, and then I also felt like an outcast in church because people were like
Yeah.
so involved in it, and I
Mhm.
just didn't feel anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
And also, because you was deaf.
Yeah.
Was you born deaf?
yeah, I was born completely deaf,
Yeah.
and I had to get 3 operations to get my hearing.
Wow.
So the first one was in the 80s NHS in Liverpool. And this is a sad story. I'm sorry, I'm going to tell you a dead sad story.
No, it's good. It's fine.
But they had to put like grommets in my ears.
Yeah.
And they took me away from my parents, and I was only 18 months old.
Oh, really?
So I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
And they took me off, and then they wouldn't let my parents be there when I woke up either.
Okay.
So I was so traumatized that when I woke up on my own, I ripped half my hair out.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
no.
So my parents had to like shave my head because I just ripped it all
Oh,
out.
bloody hell.
And I had like reoccurring dreams for years of getting wheeled down hospital corridors, crying, and
Yeah.
Oh, really? Yeah.
faces looking at me and not doing anything. But then when the other 2 operations, I had them in Australia,
Yeah.
and because you had to pay there, they were a lot more like, you know, your parents can be there. And
Yeah.
they were there when I woke up, and I was absolutely fine. But that first
Okay.
one, I blame Thatcher.
Yeah.
Yeah. fuck
Everything's
that.
her
Always.
fault, actually, yeah. I had grommets when I was I've got like a
Yeah.
collapsed eardrum. And also, I used to have recurring dreams when I was little as well. And I'm not, when I was really young, I had pneumonia and got took into hospital and they
Yeah.
put me in one of them blue incubator things. So yeah, I think I've probably got trauma there as well.
The trauma section
I
of the
know, I'm sorry,
podcast.
I've come on and I've turned your podcast
No, it's
into like a
fine.
trauma.
It's all good.
It's a fact of life, innit?
It
Yeah,
is,
we
yeah.
and we're here to
Unpack
about
it.
it. And
We all use trauma for comedy. So
Exactly.
it just gave us
Yeah,
lots of
everyone's had a bit of
material,
trauma,
didn't it?
haven't they?
That's
why
where the
we're all
best
fucked up.
comedy comes from, innit? Yeah. So what was it like growing up deaf then? Like, was that hard in school?
Yeah, it was because I'd have to sit like right at the front.
Yeah.
And, you know, everyone just saw me as like this goody because I was in church all week.
Yeah.
And then,
Oh, of course.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah.
of course.
and but I was shit at school.
Was you?
Yeah, I'm just shit at like
Yeah.
any of that kind of thing. I'm not an academic person in any
Yeah.
way.
Right.
So
Are you good at shaking them titties?
yeah, and I've made an income.
Exactly.
It's steady-ish, but
Yeah, that's boss. Yeah, check out Millie Dollar's Instagram because it's amazing.
I don't say it at the end because a lot of other comedians are always like, give me a follow on Instagram. My name's this.
Yeah.
But I feel bad if I do because I'll be like, you're just going to see tits and arse.
Well, do you know what? That's better than most other comedians'
Yeah.
Instagrams.
It's better than what you're going to see if you follow me.
Yeah.
Different types of tits and arse, isn't it?
But yeah, I love. Do you take like your pictures at home mostly? Is
No,
that
I usually work with different photographers.
different studios and that? Yeah.
I've been quite lucky to make friends with some really like talented like photographers.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice, yeah.
Really nice shots done. But
Yeah.
I always look at them and I'm like, oh, I wish I actually looked like that. Because
I mean,
see that
you
when I
do,
look in the mirror,
though.
you know?
Like, you look amazing. You posted a picture the other day and you was just in the park, was it? In the park in your underwear.
Yeah.
Just like, what are them dog walkers thinking? Just walk
Do you
past
get
some
loads of people
bushes
watching, like walking past, seeing you and that? Or?
No, it wasn't like because we did it. Do you know Priory Wood near St
No.
Michael's Station in Egbert?
No.
So it's just like this weird little park.
Yeah.
That used to have houses built in it.
Yeah.
But it's got all these like mad little sections and like there's a doorway to nowhere and stuff.
Oh, right, okay.
So it's not that busy
Yeah.
usually, but everyone that did walk past were like, "Ooh,
Yeah, I'm not
there,
surprised.
in full on lingerie."
Yeah.
and trying to put the
Have a
robe
look on
like,
her Instagram.
He's typing so fast there.
Just slide this one up.
Yeah,
as well. Like, here
'Cause-
I am in a park,
but
just
yeah,
having a
'cause-
casual.
That's it. Just
Wonder.
outside
Yeah.
in that clobber. It's amazing. Like, so was you always confident, or I'd imagine not.
I don't think
A lot
I'm-
of girls
I'm,
aren't growing up
I
harder.
don't feel like I'm confident now, but a lot
Okay.
of people like.
Well,
know,
you
they
go
say,
outside
"Oh, I
in
wish
your
I had-"
underwear
Yeah.
and perform on stage in your
Yeah, yeah.
underwear. So that's a level of confidence, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a level. I think rather than confidence, I think it's more like a level of self assurance of I can do this.
Mm.
you know.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Round the park
That's,
and
that's
that.
me in the park.
Just going for a walk.
Quite the picture for a park.
I did take the dog with me
Yeah.
that day.
Oh, at least so you look a
Watching
bit
the
normal
background.
walking around with the dog
Yeah.
A
at least.
little bit
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like in this flowy robe, like hello.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah.
So what was the first time like getting into it? Was you a fan of it and then you wanted to get into it, or
Well, it was something I felt like I was always drawn to.
right?
So even when I was like 13, 14, I'd be in my bedroom practicing striptease.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not knowing really what like the history of it was or where where
Yeah.
it came from. I don't know if I just watched the film Striptease and Showgirls too much and just was like,
Maybe, yeah.
Right.
I used
okay.
to do like to Britney Spears. Get my mum to watch. I'd be like, watch this, mum.
I didn't get my parents to watch.
Okay, no,
Yeah, 'cause that would have been a bit too much,
Might be a
wouldn't it?
bit weird. But I like my mum, like, because she was always into vintage clothing and stuff. So
Yeah.
they had very similar style.
Right.
And she bought me a pair of 1940s stilettos once. But they had steel tips
Yeah.
on the shoes, on the like heel. So I was in the bedroom practicing a striptease routine, as you do when you're 14. What else do you do at the end?
That's all I
of the
used
day?
to
This
do.
is why you shouldn't
then-
sexually oppress your children.
But, I must have been doing some like floor work or something.
Yeah.
I kicked my leg up, the shoe flung off and just hit me right in the forehead.
Oh, shit.
What?
I'm like, how do I explain to my parents? I was just, I've hit myself in the face
Yeah.
with a heel.
That's
Just flicking it off.
That's
Doing
master shoe flicking, that though, isn't it?
I mean, not
Yeah.
really. Master shoe flicking would be like landing back on your foot or something.
Okay.
I think stabbing yourself in the head of it's like far from
Yeah.
being a master,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like
Apprentice.
somewhat the opposite.
Apprentice shoe flicking.
So
That's
so
mad.
what was your first like performance, first time doing it? How did that come about and how did you feel doing it? And that?
First time I ever did burlesque, it was a bar called Corova.
Okay.
And it used to be...
That over the water, that?
No, it's in... it's
Corova
next
Cabana.
door to where the bar is in town.
Oh, okay.
And it used to be part owned by Ladytron.
Right.
And this other fellow who owned like a few different bars. I think he had, at the time, he had Alma de Cuba and Baby Cream. And all
Right, okay.
places. And they started a night called Strip Club.
Hmm.
So they had burlesque and pole dancing and, kind
Yeah.
of a mix of things.
Yeah.
And they always got me to work on the bar. But I was like, actually, this is something
Yeah.
I'd like to give a try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'd like to give it a go.
That's like comedy, innit? A lot of comedians work
Starting the comedy
on the
club and
doors
that,
and stuff, and then, yeah, work their way in there. Yeah.
Slightly sly. and-
Yeah, that's what you did. Just showing up for work, more scantily clad every day.
yeah. Yeah.
Just less and less items on.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Just them like down in mini tassels and
Yeah,
G-string
that's
trying
it.
to serve drinks.
I'm ready.
So is that what happened? You was working one night and you were like, can I ever go with this? Or
Yeah, I've been like planning to do it for a while.
yeah,
And then because the opportunity came about, I was like
have a go. Yeah.
Yeah.
let's have
Yeah,
a
yeah.
go then. And I remember being so nervous.
Oh, I can
Yeah.
imagine.
When,
Yeah.
like, you could still smoke indoors. That's how long I've been doing burlesque for.
Wow.
I think I just sat backstage and chain smoked all night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then went on, just shit myself doing
Yeah.
it. And then ever since then, I was like, right, yeah, this is
But after that first one, you were like,
yeah.
yeah.
But I always thought it was just going to be a little hobby that I'd do for a bit.
Mm.
But then it very quickly, because it was 2006 that I started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So very quickly became an actual career. And
Yeah.
I was kind of surprised, and now I'm sort of still surprised that I'm in it all
Yeah.
this time
That's
later.
good though,
That's
innit? Yeah.
amazing.
Turning your
Yeah.
hobby
And
into your career is
and
like
it just shows you
the
like
dream, innit?
the first one is always the hardest. You just got to do it, ain't you?
Yeah. It's like with stand-up, innit?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
get that first time getting up's like the biggest deal.
I know you
And then-
guys remember how nervous I was.
Yeah, well, one of
backstage
our
that night.
One of our questions is about you doing stand up for the first time. Sorry for that click.
Because one of our
Well, I
patrons was
remember it's only-
he comes down a lot, Andrew.
Yeah.
He comes to the open mic night quite a lot, so he was there on Monday as
Yeah.
well.
So Andrew Boyle, was you more scared performing burlesque or stand up for the first time? Seen her on Monday and she was really good.
Ah, thank you very much, Andrew. I like compliments. I think I was more nervous to do stand up, to be
Yeah.
honest. Because like with doing burlesque, it's kind of as long as you've got your kit off by the end of the song, you've achieved.
Yeah,
the
you're
goal.
doing it right.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah,
But
yeah.
when you're doing comedy, it was like trying to remember everything, and I'm not really that super confident in my voice. Like I know I'm
Yeah.
not a very loud person, and also I've got shit memory. So
Yeah.
just trying to remember all my jokes and get
Yeah.
it right,
Yeah.
and not have to keep looking at my notes. But
Yeah. Yeah. I get that.
yeah.
It's mad that, innit? It was like the thought of going up in front of people and taking my clothes off is well worse, I think.
'Cause I keep saying to people like, so sometimes if I'm feeling dead nervous, I'd rather get off and just take my kit off.
Yeah.
than, like
That'd be funny, at least if
do
you're
my
bombing,
set,
you've got a
do you
way
know?
out. Like, I haven't
Yeah.
got a way. If I started just getting undressed, people are like, well, he's having a mental breakdown here.
Yeah.
At least you can just start going, hey, I'm a burlesque dancer as well, fuck this
Yeah.
comedy bit off. And everyone like, way.
I've got,
Like,
I'm working on an act that I want to do burlesque and stand up
Yeah.
in one.
Yeah.
is there many of them?
No,
No?
not really. And I've got like what I call the titless dress. So it's like this floor length fishtail, like amazing gown, but it's just got no tits.
Lovely.
Right.
And everyone thought that I was going to
Sounds
use
nice,
that at my
that, doesn't it,
debut.
Like
Mm.
That,
arseless
like-
chaps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For your tip.
Felt like it might be a little bit weird to just rock up at hot water with just me tits out. in,
I
like,
wanna
a
see
fishtail
that.
gown.
Hey.
Just like, hey.
We all want to see it.
I'm all right with that.
You had to help me onto the stage because I'd fall over about 20 times.
Oh, is the
trying to
dress, like the dress that big, is it? Like,
yeah, it's like down to the floor, one of those sort of fishtail 50s
Right.
Wow.
gowns that you have to wiggle in.
Mad.
Yeah.
Bit more tissue, but with the tits
Yeah,
out.
that's boss.
That'd be funny, that. I'd love to just see people's reactions in the crowd, just going, what's
What
happening
is
now?
this?
Well, you're
Um,
doing a Halloween, aren't you, this year?
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah,
I should
yeah.
do it for that and just come as more tissue. With the tits
Absolutely.
out.
Yeah.
More
More
tissue.
tissue.
More tissue.
Yeah.
More
It was there somewhere,
tissue.
innit?
More tissy.
Yeah. But
That's what we want to do for Halloween this year, by the way, because it's on a Monday. So anyone who's performing got to be in fancy dress, otherwise you're not getting on.
And you've got to
That's
beat
it.
more tissy.
Yeah. But because like I hang out with a lot of lads now on the comedy scene, and it's a really different like way of life. Like they wear no makeup and like baggy clothes, and they just go up and be funny, and I love that about it. Like because we women have just been objectified for a long time. I think we've grown up with a focus on how we look, and not enough of us like go into this area and develop our banter abilities or whatever, because lads have not had to worry about that at all. So all through school, your only concern is making each other laugh, where our concern was we've got to look the best so that the boy likes us. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what I like studying men
Yeah.
and seeing where the confidence comes from and how they all kind of mingle together.
Some people have got
And-
too much confidence, though.
Oh yeah,
You
but
see
that,
some
but
people
even
on
that,
stage and that, and they'll like walk them out like, and
even
you're like,
that,
what's going on
I'm
here?
like, where have you got that confidence from then? That because you don't deserve it.
So at what point does it go from confidence to just being delusional, though? Do you know what I mean?
I don't know, but there's a
Around about the
healthy
3-month mark.
Yeah.
there's a healthy level of confidence where it's like you can pat yourself on the back and stuff, and without it being deluded. And a lot of girls haven't got there, and we need to have a healthy level of confidence and self-belief, because I think that's probably why there's so much like cattiness amongst girls, because of insecurities, and we take it out on each other rather than building each other up. But guys don't seem to be asked about that, and that impresses me.
I don't know, there's some of them.
Yeah, but
some of them in the industry are a bit.
That's true. But do you not think they're a bit? Well, the industry's different because the industry attracts narcissists typically, because it's a spotlight with a mic.
Yeah, it's just like, listen to me.
Yeah,
like
I have an opinion and you have to hear it.
Yeah. But it's fascinating. Like if you study it, like just social constructs and people's journey, because we realised as well there's a lot of addicts who get into stand up because you get that massive dopamine hit or serotonin from everyone laughing at you, and then that's a drug.
Yeah, it's like the adrenaline hit every night,
and then you need to go and get it again, otherwise you're gonna dip.
Yeah, and then if the gig's not good or anything, you don't get that, and you come home from it going, "Oh, it was all right.
Yeah,
I need the next one now."
Yeah, but even if you perform well, like, but it wasn't as well as that last drug, you're just chasing the dragon, innit?
Yeah.
I've got another question for you from Jonathan Bagley. What was it like performing in Nepal?
In Nepal, it was...
How does he know this?
How does he know that?
Someone's got on my Wikipedia page.
You're on Wikipedia?
Yeah, I have.
You might be one of the first people with a Wikipedia we've had on.
He's on it now. He's like, Wikipedia, really done. So I was the first person that I can... Like, from research and from everything I can find, I think I'm the first person who's ever performed burlesque in Nepal.
Wow.
And it was for, like, a feminist arts conference. So they flew me over. And it was, like, it's just an amazing experience because it was just, like, mainly women there.
Yeah.
So I think it was, like, 90% women. And then it was very, like, sex worker positive as well, which is something that I think a lot of... like Western feminist organisations need to work on.
Yeah, right.
Because like over there they had sex worker opera and all these other events.
Sex worker opera?
Yeah.
What's
they're
that?
a London-based group where they do, it's kind of like a musical, but
about sex work?
About their different experiences in sex work.
Right, okay.
So there's like all these different levels.
I need to hear these songs.
It's amazing. It was really good. And they're from London as well, so they got flown over to.
Oh, nice, yeah.
Wow.
But like the actual experience of performing on stage there, because it was just about 3,000 women in this one big massive auditorium, all just screaming and really
Was
enjoying.
it squeaky? I imagine, because we're quite squeaky, aren't we? When we get excited.
Yeah. Like when you see them videos of the Beatles and that back in the day,
yeah,
absolutely screaming.
Everyone losing their shit.
That's cool though, isn't it? That there was like that many women all fucking like empowering one another just to be fucking.
Is
do
it
what you
in
do.
Nepal where the women are like they get the feet kissed and that? Is that Nepal? Do you know?
I don't know. No, I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
Like I
don't know
didn't
what
have
you
that many days
It was
there,
TikTok.
sadly. I think I was only there for about 3 or 4 days.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I got one day where I actually got to go out into Nepal itself, because the rest of the time we were in this hotel, so it was kind of insular. And then once we got out and like went to the temple, the monkey temple, they call it, so it's just full of like wild monkeys everywhere.
Amazing.
So you're walking past them a little bit gingerly, like.
Yeah.
Yeah, to try and rob your stuff, don't they?
We went to one in Ubud,
Bali,
in Indonesia, and they were sat on our head. We've got pictures of.
One tried to rob out of your bum bag.
Yeah,
didn't
one
he?
tried to unzip my bum
I
bag,
actually tried to unzip it.
and I was like,
Like mad.
and
He'd
then
come up and
Wise.
went, grabbed the
Wise
zip and
little
tried to open it.
monkeys.
We were like, hey, proper
But,
knows what
and
they're doing.
One got on our mate's head and just refused to get off. So we were just
Just sat off.
we were kept throwing potatoes at her, trying to get this
And it
monkey
wouldn't get off. It was
Potatoes?
just
Yeah, there was
Why
potatoes. There was
to feed the
so there was
monkeys,
just
I
what
think.
was to hand.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Well, I
get
think-
the monkey nuts.
Yeah, no.
I think they like give them to the monkeys in the park and that you can throw them to them and that, but,
Yeah, but we
they
couldn't
were just
throw
laying
rocks at
about,
her.
so we were just like, "Fucking get off," and it was just looking. I was like, oh, I'm staying on
Just
it.
love
Just
the
like
thought that
dodging.
monkeys are like, can you turn it into some chips?
Yeah,
yeah. Fry them up, Gail.
But you always see like videos of people getting their phones and their sunglasses and that robbed by monkeys, and it's mad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
luckily I didn't get robbed by monkeys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did have like a lot of people kept coming up to me at the temple asking for photos.
Yeah.
Did you have
That
tattoos at the
happens.
time?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. We were getting like proper
You get it
pounded
as
when we
well,
were
yeah.
over there. Yeah.
Thailand
Like
and Indonesia.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think they see it as a sign of wealth as well.
Yeah.
Sorry, what was that?
They didn't want any of me, like me husband or like,
No,
to
right.
leave, so I was like,
I think they see it as like a sign of wealth over in Thailand and that
Oh,
because
really?
they're quite expensive to get. So
Yeah.
if you've got a lot, you must have spent a lot of money to get them.
Yeah.
Therefore, that you
like,
think
get
you're
the
rich.
one.
Whereas
Yeah.
I was like, most of mine were free off
Yeah.
people I know.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's a myth. Like,
Yeah. So husband, are you okay? Ex-husband.
Yeah.
Okay.
So currently going through a divorce.
Oh
At the
no.
moment.
Okay.
Like we're still on good terms. We're still good friends. And still
Okay.
talk, but
So I was going to ask how do they feel about you burlesque and all that?
well, he
dancing?
we met through burlesque.
Okay.
So he was.
you've got to be fine with it then, innit?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like he did the same thing basically.
Oh, male burlesque.
Yeah, boylesque they call it.
Boylesque?
But he's always like, I'm not.
That
a
sounds like
boylesque
in
dancer.
America,
Can
doesn't
we-
it?
can we have a look?
Boylesque.
Can we have a look at him?
He can, but I feel bad saying his name. 'cause
We'll bleep his name out just so we can. We don't even have to find him. Just type in boylesque.
I bet
Boylesque.
he would always be like, I'm not a boylesque dancer because he was like circus trained performer.
Right.
So,
Okay.
but he'd do something called a Chinese pole, which is like a dance pole covered in rubber. So you
Right.
could do somersaults and drops and stuff. on it.
Oh, okay. I've seen
Ooh.
stuff. They like tumble down them and
Yeah.
shit like that. Yeah.
But he'd do
But did he do it
as
with his
the,
dick out?
No, he'd
Oh, okay.
do it as the,
Is his dick the
Diet
pole?
Coke man. You know,
The
from
Diet Coke man?
Yeah, the 90s adverts that da 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 like.
Oh,
taking
when
the
the fella's like doing the mowing
Yeah.
or whatever, is the construction work and he takes
yeah,
his top
he
off and
starts off
shit.
with the construction
Yeah,
worker.
yeah. That's
And
hilarious.
and then he'd pour Coke on himself at the end.
That's funny.
that
That.
was his act.
Like this?
No.
That's what I
So
was.
many different photos.
Yeah.
I just guess which one.
So I didn't know.
What a funky household.
I didn't think it was. I didn't realize it was a
This
man
guy?
thing as well.
No, but I think I know him.
That is. So that'll
Oh,
be.
there's John.
So that's boylesque then.
Yeah, that's more boylesque.
Yeah.
But I think that is,
Burlesque.
if I'm remembering rightly, I don't think it's Jet Adore. I don't. I'm trying to remember who
Jake
it is.
Dupree.
Jake Dupree. Yeah, he's actually lovely. But
Shout out Jake Dupree.
yeah,
How's it going?
really nice. But that was when they did a tour with Dita Von Teese.
Oh right, okay. She's like
Lovely.
one of the main ones that people
yeah,
know,
she's the one
innit?
that everyone's
Yeah.
like.
Was
oh,
she
do
with
you
Marilyn
do
Manson
that?"
for a bit?
Yeah, they were married
Right,
at one
okay.
point. But I think
Right.
only for a year or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who's your burlesque idol? Like Betty Page, Bunny?
I see, like
Yeah.
from in the past, it would be Sally Rand who invented the fan dance in the 20s, and she
Oh,
was originally she was a silent film star,
okay.
and then they turned everything to the talkie, and she had a lisp, so she was
Ah.
immediately out of a job.
Oh shit, that
Aw.
innit?
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but she was like dance trained, so she
Yeah.
went to a costume shop and saw a pair of fans hanging up. So she's like, "I'll take them." Created an act, and then became like world famous at the time for doing
Is
it.
right.
And
That's
then
how
she
you do
was
it.
still doing it until her 80s, I think. when she passed
Amazing.
away, yeah. She
Well, that was
performing
that was a
right
show
through
to
the
watch, wasn't
end,
it?
Yeah.
80-year-old.
But, when I was like getting into burlesque and researching it, like her real name is very similar to my real name.
Oh
Is
yeah.
it?
It's a sign.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
got to
Meant to
do
be.
it. I've got to
Yeah.
like take it from the. Oh no, I'm not gonna say God.
Have you got
'cause
any-
obviously, but, you know.
Have you got any like signature moves that you do that you've sort of come up with?
Or
I
just a
do
favourite?
Have well, I think my favourite move. I've got
Because I mean, you've
two.
got to compete with like bum
That's
lasers
it.
and that now.
It's
It's,
hard to
it's
compete
a
with
hard
it,
market now, isn't it?
But I've got one where I remove my gloves using my butt cheeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
God.
Find that on TikTok.
I'm gonna do that. I might try. Yeah, I'll have a go with that. Gonna try and take my
Clench.
socks
You've gotta
off.
clench. Oh, you're gonna have to be really bend.
Can you try and take your sock off?
I
with your
definitely
foot?
can't do
You
it.
won't.
I-
Put your sock on your hand. And
I'm
then,
not rubbing my sock in between my bum cheeks.
please.
I'll film it when we get home.
Oh no! I'll tell you what. At the end of the pod, we'll all have a go.
Okay.
My socks are too short.
Oh.
Well,
I mean, you would
Okay.
probably be the best at it, so you can sit this
ju-
one out.
ju-
You can judge.
Judicate?
I can just instruct.
You can give us
Yeah.
tips on how you
Yeah.
do it. Okay, big
JOI.
finale for the podcast.
Clench harder. Clench really.
Do you do it like
clench.
finger by finger, or is it just?
No, like the whole thing. So I kind of start by prepping by taking the ends
Oh,
off,
okay.
and then use it to like flap a goodbye at the audience, and then just turn around and just take it off in my butt.
That's hilarious.
But I put
Wow.
a video up on it. You remember on TikTok a while ago there was a trend of this sound bite of a woman saying like, "When do you feel the most beautiful?" She's like, "Maybe when I'm dancing," and it goes into the Pixies. And
No.
I
I
put the
don't know.
video up on that.
Yeah.
And all these people on TikTok like freaked out, like, "What the? I thought you were taking your arm off. What's going on?" And like TikTok took it down at one point and then reinstated
TikTok's
it again.
shit, man,
and
does me head in.
Yeah.
But I think it's like my biggest video on TikTok is just me taking off my glove with the
That's
butt.
hilarious.
With my ass.
That's so
At least I
funny.
use my own butt. I'm not like asking to borrow anyone's.
Exactly. What a legacy.
You could take it off someone else's hand if you wanted to get a bit of crowd participation.
Yeah.
Tell them to put it
Like
on
just
and
put it, slide it
and you
in.
just go,
Slide
bam.
it in there. It's
Yeah.
all right. Don't
take
worry
it
about
out.
it.
That's boss. What? How did you come up with that?
Well, you're always trying to come up with like different little moves and
Yeah.
ways
Yeah.
of doing it. So I used to have one where I'd like take a stocking off, but then have it like still to the floor and then play it like a double bass.
Right. Okay.
You know, so you want to
Yeah.
have little signature funny moves that people aren't expecting.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, everyone takes the glove off using teeth or this, that, and the other, and it's like, yeah, all right. But what if?
I'm going to use my ass.
What if you just clench real hard, pray a little, get it in there, take it off?
It's mad.
I
that.
love it. I love it.
What's the best one you've seen? Like the best thing, like
Glove removal or the best thing?
no, the
ever?
best like burlesque
Okay.
trick or whatever you call them.
There's a
Move.
burlesque dancer from America called World Famous Bob.
World famous Bob.
Yeah, it's a great name,
Is it
isn't
a
it?
boylesque or a?
No, it's a woman.
Oh, okay.
And she makes a martini
Yeah.
without using her hand. So she puts the shaker in, and it's like in a bra basically.
Right.
Yeah.
And then she's like using her teeth to kind of pour the stuff in, and then puts the lid on, shakes it up, gives someone in the audience a glass, bends over and pours it out.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a pretty
So
good one. That,
you
isn't
get a free drink at the
That's
end. as
pretty
well.
good.
Yeah.
I like that.
I want to try and think of my own one now. Try and think of one for next week.
All
perform
right.
it.
But signature move. for
Performing at the
episode
live show.
70.
Oh, maybe.
Oh yeah.
Do you know? Yeah, maybe. Because I'm sure eventually Millie be able to come down to the live show.
Yeah.
So maybe for then we'll prepare.
Yeah.
Let's have a burlesque off.
The next one's
You
July
versus me.
13th. Yeah, okay. We've got the next live show, July 13th. Kyle Legacy and Tom Keegan are having a roast battle as well because they've been chatting shit to one another.
Did you say that's your birthday?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's my birthday, so
Oh,
I
she's not
might
coming-
make it down because I was
she might be there.
planning on coming at some point.
Okay.
Yeah. But if
But-
not, the next one's August 8th or something, the
Yeah.
second Wednesday of August. So, but July 13th, the next one, there's going to be a roast battle at that one. And I might take me glove off with my ass as well.
Yeah.
If,
We'll
see,
try. We'll do
see how
our
it's going.
best.
August 8th, I'll just have a roast battle with myself because of the self-esteem issues.
Yeah.
It's like a schizophrenic roast battle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did
Mad.
you? So Daisy Jones asked, "How did you become a burlesque dancer?" But have we answered that? Did we answer that?
Yeah, you're just always
Kind
into
of.
it, and then you
Yeah,
worked
yeah,
in the
I
bar,
was.
and then you were like, I want to
Yeah.
have a little go
Like,
with that.
I could
And
do that.
Yeah.
Well, no.
well,
not
after your first one doing it, like,
yeah.
what was the path into becoming a burlesque dancer? Is it literally like similar to comedy, where you just start off on like sort of an open mic type scene and see where you can get up, who'll let you get up,
Yeah,
and then you gradually build like a following, or
I mean, you do like when, like, because I started out at just the right time, I think.
yeah,
Because back then there wasn't really a lot of
Yeah.
burlesque in the UK.
There was a big boom, wasn't there, at
Yeah,
one
I
point?
think it's about 2008.
Yeah.
the
I
whole
think it was
vintage
when-
thing sort of happened as
Yeah.
well at
Yeah.
a similar time,
I
I
think
think.
it was when Dieter married Marilyn Manson.
Right.
That suddenly everyone knew a name.
Right.
And then a lot of people got into it, and it's kind of grown ever since from there.
Yeah.
But because I started in 2006, my first ever gig I got paid for, so it was kind of like,
Oh, nice.
oh, that's
Yeah,
all right,
yeah.
you know,
Lovely.
bit of change, that's all right. But then you do have to do like some free gigs, you get yourself out there.
It's the
Oh,
way it
yeah.
is with anything, innit? Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
it-
everything.
Kind of built up like quite fast.
Yeah.
Which I was, like I said before, wasn't expecting it to.
Yeah.
But hey,
Well, that's
like,
a good
yeah.
sign.
Yeah, man, that's
and
sick.
suddenly it's like, you know, oh yeah, do you
So-
want to come to LA and do a tour? I'm like,
Yeah, that's
fucking,
the dream
Yeah.
now, innit? Getting asked to come out to places and
well, the issue is I was just about to graduate uni,
yeah,
and
fuck
then I
that
got
off
asked
though.
to go to LA, and
Yeah.
I was like, bye.
See you in a bit.
Bye.
What were you
Also,
studying?
Art. So
Ah,
I was
yeah.
useless anyway, you
Yeah.
know.
Pointless in it, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm currently doing art.
It's a great career. There's many.
Well, I'm doing
Creative.
graphic design because I thought
Oh yeah,
Um,
that's like
that'll
intelligent
be
art, isn't it?
yeah.
Where you
Well,
can-
it's the digital age, isn't it?
yeah.
And we genuinely wouldn't have a podcast if I hadn't done it because I get all the software and everything,
Oh,
the
yeah.
editing. So
Yeah.
that's how we've been able to start the podcast.
Yeah, I was just slapping things on a canvas.
Yeah,
You're like-
I mean it's therapeutic, but it's hard to pay the bills with it.
Graphic
Um,
designers are going to be out of a job soon with all this AI
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
Have you seen any of that?
What's
the
it called?
sentient AI.
DALI.
Yeah,
DALI. You like type in whatever you want into it and the AI generates
Oh,
whatever pictures. So it can be like fucking Darth Vader riding a T-Rex.
Yeah,
and it'll just
morphs
give you
into
like
it.
9
Yeah,
different
yeah,
pictures
yeah,
of
yeah.
like
Yeah.
it's just insane.
they're a
man.
bit janky, but how long till the
As soon as that's like perfect, everyone's out of a job, I reckon, because you can
Yeah.
just Google
and
whatever you need.
we'll all be pulling our gloves off with our ass for a living.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
man.
you can't digitize this.
Exactly.
So was that you got asked to go to LA? Did you say you've been to New York as well?
I did, but that was for my honeymoon, so I
Oh,
didn't
okay.
really perform. But
Yeah.
I did get to like see a lot of my friends. While
What's
I was
the
out there.
Lovely.
what's your favourite place you've performed then?
Oh, I don't know. There's quite a few different ones.
Yeah.
It feels like there's like a top 5.
Right, okay.
on.
But I'll try and think of, because LA, like that was amazing
Mm.
because I was dancing on the Queen Mary while I was there.
Oh, okay. Is that the
Right.
haunted one?
Yeah, it's fucking
The
really
ship.
haunted. I went
Is
for a
it?
ghost hunt on the final
Ooh.
Yeah.
night, but I was really drunk.
Okay.
So it was a
Spirits.
drunk ghost hunt. And then we went to
Spirits. Nice.
yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, we went to like wandered around the ship because there was no one around.
Yeah. You can stay on it and that, can't you? Like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
restaurant and stuff on
Yeah,
there.
'cause- well, I went. It was a tattoo convention called
Oh,
Ink and
okay.
Iron.
Right.
And yeah, they flew me out to perform. And then, yeah, final night, got drunk, went on a ghost hunt, got to the sort of swimming pool bit on the
Mm.
ship, and I was like in my drunken state going, something doesn't want us here.
Yeah, yeah.
We need to get out of here. No, I feel there's something, there's a presence. Oh my God, we need to leave. So I made everyone leave. And then I found out that apparently the pool is haunted
Oh,
by
yeah?
like 2 or 3 spirits or something.
That was your
But
womanly
It
intuition.
was probably, I think it was the spirits being like, we're normally friendly, but you're hammered. Go
Yeah.
home.
Yeah. Irresponsible ghost hunting, innit?
Yeah.
So did you perform at a lot of tattoo conventions and that? Because I've
Yeah,
been to a
so-
few and there's always like some sort of
Yeah.
burlesque and fire breathing and all that type
Yeah,
of
yeah.
stuff, yeah.
Yeah,
You
I've
do
done a
any of
couple.
that?
Yeah, I just did Liverpool Tattoo Convention.
Oh, okay, cool.
Not last week, the week before.
Yeah, yeah.
And I booked all the entertainment for it as well. So
Oh,
it was
nice.
like 2 days of me just running around like mad.
Oh,
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
performing in every single show
Oh,
as well.
that's cool.
so-
Can you do any like fire breathing or anything like that?
I used to do fire manipulation. So
Right.
Like, you know, when you eat the fire and then relight it in different ways.
Mm,
But I damaged my front teeth doing it.
right.
So I got bonding done, like resin bonding.
Yeah.
So I'm worried if I try it again, they'll just melt.
Oh, shit.
So what happened? What
Imagine that
happened
for
to
a
your teeth?
trick.
Chip.
I'm going to melt my teeth
Chip.
off.
Now you see teeth.
Yeah, yeah.
Now you don't.
Magical
Be
disappearance.
insane. that.
Yeah, or I'd worry more it gets stuck and it'd be fused in, and I'd just be walking
God,
around
yeah.
with this like
God.
fire stick, like
Fuck playing, messing about with fire, man. That's scary. That.
So,
Yeah.
so you chipped them, what, with the big stick?
Well, I think the teeth were already a bit weakened from like years of braces and shit like
Yeah.
that. But yeah, from doing all the fire, they heat your teeth up, so it damages the enamel.
Oh.
So I ended up with like a little arch of
Ah.
where the fire sticks.
You were
used to
putting
go.
it in
I
and
let-
out, like, yeah.
Yeah.
No way.
And then, but I really enjoyed doing it, and
Yeah.
it was
Wow.
like something I was weirdly naturally talented at.
Yeah.
Like, of all
Eating
the
fire.
things to be like, oh, I have a natural,
Yeah.
like, you know,
Fire
ability,
manipulation.
I think, is
Yeah.
doing fire.
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
dangers of the job. You don't hear about
Yeah.
them.
Do you know anyone who does like proper like freak show type stuff?
Oh yeah.
Like where they get
Yeah.
like the piercings that like hang them up and shit like that?
Yeah, no, I've known
Suspension.
That's
some
mad,
people
all
who've
that.
done suspension.
I seen someone doing a bungee jump like that. A video of someone doing a bungee jump.
No. No,
I wouldn't
surely
trust
not.
that.
And it was in the bum cheeks. And they jumped off it jumped off a bridge.
Just the bum cheeks.
Just the bum cheeks, yeah. It's on an Instagram page called Look at That Russian.
Bum
Don't know if you follow it.
Bungee.
That's, to be fair, I put that on my story, so you might have seen it. No, there's an Instagram page called Look at That Russian or Look at This Russian. It's just loads of mad stuff from Russian people. And one of the videos was people on a bridge. It wasn't even like a proper bungee jumping company, I don't think. It was just a fella. He was just hanging off the edge of the bridge with these things in his ass, and he just goes, "What?" Jumps off.
What would happen if it didn't work?
Just
if
ripped
it just
out
like
his
ripped his
Pulls his
arse
ass
off
out and then
he
falls
to
into
his death?
Yeah.
Well, like
Them Russians are crazy, man.
They are.
Crazy out there.
Hate to generalise, but
You got it.
are you looking for pictures? I don't know.
I'll slide this in.
Oh God.
So there he is. There's the
no.
bungees in his bum there.
oh my god.
And they're just like, yeah, let's go. And he just fucking jumps. He got like nice little
No.
assless denim chaps on as well.
No.
Look at him go.
Hey.
Here he goes. See ya.
Oh
It's
my
from his bum.
god.
I don't know if it's a bungee or like one of them big swings or something, but maybe a bungee wouldn't be as, because it pulls you
I mean,
back up.
You don't see him come back up, do you?
Well, sometimes it's a swing
did.
though, innit? So he might have swung right off and then come back. So I feel like that'd be safer for something like that. Because a bungee, you'd have to it'd pull you back up, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Come back up.
Whereas with that, you just sort of falling with it and
Yeah.
swinging with it.
Yeah,
So maybe it was just a big swing. But either way,
Is
it's
this, like,
crazy shit,
extreme
man.
swinging.
Yeah.
Some extreme bumming or something.
Bum swinging.
Bum sports.
But yeah. So you know you know people who do mad shit like that as well.
Yeah,
Is that
I've got
what-
friends who do like blockhead. You know when you hammer a nail in and
We had a guy.
Them.
I know a guy, George. He done that at one of our last live shows. Hammered the nail into his
Yeah.
nose, like.
We love
mad.
the freaks.
I do. I knew one. I did a show one time with a guy, and it was the most disgusting thing.
Oh,
Let's
tell
go.
us.
And I feel like this kind of gives a little secret as to how this trick is done.
Okay.
And it is a bit underwhelming.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and I think it was like the last gig before the smoking ban came in.
Right.
Right.
So there was a guy who did that. He had like 100 cigarettes in his mouth and then lit them all
Mm.
and then ate them all.
Ate them all.
So he
Jesus
ate all
Christ,
these
man.
cigarettes, and it was meant to be like this big statement of, smoking ban coming in.
Yeah.
And then everyone's like, "Oh my god, how did he do that?" And I could hear him backstage making himself throw them back up again. So he just
So you literally just
eats
swallow them and
and then just pukes them out.
yeah. But even still though, I don't reckon I could eat 100.
Fair play to the graft, innit? Like
Was
the
he
graft.
lit as well when he ate them?
Yeah.
That's mad. That people are mad.
People are mad.
Some mad things going on
I
out
feel
there.
like it
isn't
all
there?
comes from it's like the circus performer days, but this is what we've evolved to now, isn't it?
Yeah. All of that freak show stuff
Yeah.
coming back in.
It's crazy. I mean, I love it. We'll have to do a Patreon special one time of trying to do burlesque or something, won't we?
Yeah, I'd rather do burlesque than try and eat 100 bifters. Much rather do that. Fucking hell. I thought you were going to be like, we'll have to try and learn how to hammer a nail into our head or something. I was like,
Chocolate
nah.
cigs or the chalk
You can
ones.
hammer
Yeah.
a nail in, put a tassel on the end of it, swing it.
Swing it round, yeah. I think the nail thing might be quite easy though.
Well, I think
If
now,
you saw, because it's
now
just
that we've all done
the
all those
COVID tests and that, yeah.
we kind of know where all the holes are.
But it's sort of, it is just a big hole. It's just a bit
Well,
grim, isn't it?
it's
Like
that way
Yeah.
rather than up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. Where's it going?
to the back
Yeah,
of your
it's-
throat, innit?
Yeah, well, like when you see a skeleton that's not got there's just that big hole.
Oh, yeah.
Just into
Just
that
throwing into
cavity.
that, yeah.
Okay.
It's just a crazy thing to do, innit? Just putting a nail in
Yeah,
there.
it's just not meant to be in there.
Just wonder who figured it out. It was like,
The fakirs of India.
Yeah, the fakirs of India, apparently.
That's what George said. Yes.
an
Crazy.
educational podcast. This.
It is. So what have we got here? I could ask you our staple questions. Oh, but
Okay.
before I do them,
Yeah.
can you tell us some like mad burlesque stories? If you can think of any.
I can tell
Or your
you
favourite ones.
I'm trying to think of it because there's been a lot of weird.
Yep.
Yeah,
What was we talking about
really.
outside? Do you remember? I don't remember. And we was like, save that for the pod. And now we can't remember what it is.
Should have written it down.
Oh.
I don't know. So it was something to do because you said you were mad into the history of burlesque and that, and you know a lot of.
Oh, was it Yada, the JFK?
Yes.
Yeah, that was the one.
link? Yeah,
Yeah.
so there's a burlesque dancer in Dallas, at the time, and she worked for Jack Ruby.
Right.
And she was like this really wild like character. So she used to go and smuggle drugs from like across the border.
Yeah.
And how she'd do this and get away with it is she had like a big gold Cadillac which had her name emblazoned on the side.
Right.
But she'd wear a fur coat and nothing underneath.
Right.
So when she got to the border to distract them, she'd fall out. And obviously flash whoever. So they'd be like, oh my God.
All flustered because it's like a naked woman in the 70s or whatever it was.
Just like legs akimbo, like, oh no.
Yeah.
So yeah, they wouldn't search her car. And she'd just literally have cigarette boxes full of drugs.
Wow.
It's hilarious how
I
stupid men are.
I love the power of a
Men are so stupid that they see a flash of a fanny and go, just go on, keep going, love. It's all right. It's like.
But the morning of the assassination of JFK, she had some kind of accident while trying to flee Dallas.
Right.
And they were like, obviously didn't know anything was going to happen at the time. So she got taken in. But then Jack Ruby was friends with Oswald. And they all kind of knew each other.
Yeah.
Right.
And then, so if you remember, Jack Ruby was the guy who assassinated Oswald before he got to testify.
Yeah.
So the FBI followed Yada for years afterwards. And it's like, was she involved in some way in this plan to assassinate JFK?
Yeah.
I love the
'Cause it
drama.
was
of
all
it.
kind of in the same club. They were all like
Right,
talking
okay.
about these plans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she might have been potentially involved. I
Yeah.
think she had links to like.
'Cause if she was
people that might
running
have been
drugs and that,
involved
then she's
yeah.
probably involved with the mafia. And then
I think she was.
there's big
in a
theories that the
relationship
mafia
with-
was involved with the
Yeah.
assassination of JFK because he was trying to like put all these fucking
Yeah.
things in place because he was a genuine like, I want to try and sort out shit here. And back then, like corruption was so, I don't know if it was worse, but it was a lot. Everyone knew the
People
mob
got
fucking
away.
run stuff
Yeah.
and like,
I think she was in a relationship with the main
right, okay,
guy,
so
the main
maybe.
mob guy.
I seen a thing the other day
So-
on Twitter about the JFK assassination saying it might have been the driver that shot him.
Well, just turn around like.
People are like re-looking at the footage of it and that, and like he sort of turns a bit, and they're like, because he got shot from his head goes back, doesn't
Yeah.
it? And they're saying that he got shot from back there, and like this fucking magic bullet that went through like 6 times and wasn't even damaged on the gurney with him and that, all mad shit. And then people are looking at the footage now, going, we think the driver might have done it. There's just so, and they were going to release like some because they do like 75 years or something in it with the files where they don't bring them out like for like 75 years.
And even when they do, they're mostly redacted.
Yeah, and I think it was coming up on 75 years for the JFK one, and I think Trump was talking about like releasing them and that, and then they've pushed it back again. Like they haven't released it again.
There is something
So there's something mad going on there.
I don't really believe in like a heaven or a hell, but if there is an afterlife, I kind of hope that there's some kind of Wikipedia that just answers all the
You
questions
just find
you
everything
ever
out.
wanted to.
Oh, that'd be
Heaven's
so
Just be there for
good.
ages, like who was Jack the Ripper?
Yeah.
All that kind of. I just want. There's so many mysteries.
That might be
I
a good
just-
premise for stand-up.
I seen a mad thing about Jack the Ripper as well, where they were saying that like there wasn't one person. It was like
A gang
it was like
or copycat.
it was like a fucking ritual, sacrificial
Right.
shit. Do you know the way people say this? It's happening now.
Yeah.
With the like sacrificing human sacrifices for fucking whatever.
Right.
Apparently it was something like that, and they covered it up by saying it was one man.
Oh,
So like the government or whoever it was doing these fucking rituals, they'd never get caught. They just pinned it on one fella who was killing prostitutes, and they never found them.
There was another theory that I heard, but it feels really far-fetched, that it was
Or more
H.H.
far-fetched than the
Holmes.
government
They all sound
sacrificing people.
far-fetched, really.
That's what I mean,
to be
yeah.
fair. But there was a theory that H.H. Holmes,
I don't know who that is.
so he was the most prolific serial killer
Okay.
in the, I think it was like 1901 or something.
Right.
like this. He built a murder hotel.
Oh
a
shit!
full
Yeah.
Oh,
Didn't
is this
they-
what
Murder Hotel.
American Horror Story based
Yeah.
their hotel
Yeah, it is.
season on?
So it was like rooms to nowhere, shoots that led to the basement so he could dispose of the bodies,
Yeah.
and all this mad stuff that he did. But he was apparently in London at the time.
Oh,
the Jack the
okay.
Ripper
So he might have been him.
So if people are like, oh, it could have been.
Yeah.
you
Could have
know.
been. Yeah.
Wow.
Never know.
But it
really,
feels like
really,
a
but-
very different MO to killing like sex workers on the street.
Yeah.
To
And
then
murder
go, and now
hotel.
I'm gonna build a hotel
Yeah.
and just murder everyone.
Yeah. I mean, there's fucking murderers everywhere doing shit all the time, isn't there? I seen on TikTok where I get all my information from. It was
The
a
main news source, TikTok.
Yeah.
exactly. It was a clip from a Ross Kemp thing, and
Oh, I saw that. It
he
was
was
horrid.
he was interviewing a member of the police. I don't know where it was. It was somewhere in Asia, and basically it was to do with sex trafficking. When the sex traffickers are done with the girls, they'll give them to the police to dispose of them. If it's too much for the police, they'll send it to the higher police, like the CID or something, and then they'll get rid of him. And that's what he was. And Ross Kemp said to him, "How many girls have you killed then for the sex traffickers?" And he was like, 300, 400. One guy in this fucking machine of sex trafficking. Like,
Madness, that,
how
yeah.
many fucking girls are just
Mm.
gone?
Yeah.
Like, the police are meant to help him.
Yeah.
Like,
I know, but that's what money does, innit? Money just corrupts
it's
everything.
there's bloody murder everywhere.
Bloody hell. I think
That's why we do drugs.
I'm going to need a little break after all this murder
Okay.
chat. We'll have a little break and we'll come back and do some staple questions.
Let's go back to light after.
Yeah, okay,
yeah.
right.
See you in a
See you in a
minute.
minute.
Hey everyone, I want to tell you about Munch Tame. Munch Tame is the UK's #1 smoke shop. So you want to hit up them for any skins, grinders, blunt wraps. They sell CBD, flour, raws, lighters.
Blazy Susans,
Them.
rolling trays.
We've got a little promo code. It's Mild High UK. If you use that, you get £2 off your order. Munchtame.co.uk. Support the podcast. Enjoy the rest of the show.
What?
Love yous. We're back. Just quickly need to give a shout out to a company on Instagram called Green Angel. Is it?
Green Angel XO, I think that's the handle. Let me check.
They
But
sent us some gummies to try out. And,
they're a new edible company,
Yeah.
and the detail and effort that they've put into the product, I'm so impressed with. So they make diamond gummies. Diamonds, their products.
Not 2D diamonds either. Full 3D
Chunky,
diamonds.
Big fat
like-
diamonds. And the
So they give you like a little strength chart with them as well, which
Yeah.
people don't usually do. And it's like 1 to 5 because you get 5 in a pack. But they're 80 milligrams each.
so it's Green Angel XO is their Instagram.
Yeah.
80 milligrams each, and it's like they've told us it's like the highest grade. It's what they use to treat cancer patients with.
And they also want to give them out to cancer patients for free, which is cool. So
which is amazing.
go check them out.
They are very strong, which is great because you can cut them in half and you've got double the gummies.
But if you get some and it's your first time doing edibles, half, maybe even a quarter,
Yeah, just have the head.
just to have a nice
It's a little
time.
bare head.
Because honestly,
Puts people off if they go too strong, too hard,
That's
like
it.
too fast. Do
I
you know what
imagine the people, the edible queen, as they call themselves, is used to edibles,
Yeah.
so desensitized to it. But for newcomers, I'd go quarter or half, because in LA we had 10 milligram. These
Yeah.
are 80.
10 will just give you a nice little buzz.
Yeah, in
So-
Amsterdam we had I had a 60 milligram stroop waffle, and God help me, like I couldn't find my way back to the boat, so I needed Dean there. So
Yeah.
just be wary of them, but they're really good. Like the product is amazing.
Yeah.
I think they might make them with coconut oil because they're quite coconutty. Really nice texture. Just the attention to detail, like the packaging. I'm just going to show you this packaging actually.
Just slide the picture in as well.
Because it's like they're using like a Bratz.
You've just
type
gone
of
extra
illustration.
with stuff.
Yeah,
Like, it's good. It's real good packaging and that.
like that's good, isn't it, for a little edible
Oh,
company?
that's cute. You might like collect them, don't you?
Yeah, they've
Just
gone
have
like
them about, just like
yeah,
on your table. So you can be
Mm.
like, just partake.
they look
Yeah.
beautiful.
So check them
Yeah.
out on Instagram, greenangel.xo, is it? Or just
Yeah,
XO?
Just XO.
And hit them up for some edibles and that. You'll have a good time.
Yeah.
All discreet packaging, if
Mm.
you're asked. I don't know. Just looks like sweets anyway, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well,
go
it's
follow
not-
them
it's
because
Not
they're
for children. Yeah.
trying to do a
Not for
good
kids.
cause, trying to do some stuff for cancer patients and that as well. So go support them. And also Timberjacks axe throwing. We recorded an axe throwing special with me, Amy, James Allen, Callum Oakley. We had a little axe throwing tournament. The guys at Timberjacks let us come down and use the whole place to ourselves. It's in Aintree. I think they've got one in like Leeds and a few other places as well. Dead fun.
The plot that unfolded throughout the day, we literally couldn't have scripted it better.
Yeah.
It was perfect. It was a perfect series of events.
So the loser...
They'll tell you what happened afterwards.
Yeah.
Anyway. But it was such a good day. We had so much fun. And like I've never even thought of like, oh, I want to go axe throwing. But it's really fun. Like just throwing stuff at stuff. I think we all need that.
I think there's a primal thing to it as well.
Breaking shit.
Well, I think there's a primal thing to it of like when you hit the target. Back in the day, that was killing something to eat, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So you're like, yes! Like it was mad. But the basically we done a little tournament and the loser had to sit under a bucket of water that all the winners threw an axe at a rope to knock down.
To cut the rope.
And it was great.
To drench the...
Like,
it was a great ending to it.
Axes over
well, you're in
their
two
heads,
different
or...
lanes.
Okay.
So the rope was in
string.
one lane and the loser was in the other lane.
Just like, this real still.
And so yeah, someone got absolutely soaked. It was great.
Brilliant.
So that'll be on our Patreon soon. But go check out them as well, Timberjacks. If you want to go axe throwing and that, it's good times.
And now they've got pussy whiff stickers on their axes.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, we improve places when we leave, don't we?
Yeah.
Leave pussy whiffs.
I mean, it's not good saying I leave a pussy whiff somewhere when I leave. Yeah, that's not a good time. But what we usually do is we ask a load of staple questions.
All right.
I might ask, because do you believe in ghosts?
Oh, fuck yeah.
There we go.
Do we have any ghosts?
I have like a few little ghost experiences.
She already told us she walked into a pool and was like,
yeah, but I was drunk.
No, but that made me feel like you're definitely involved in ghosts.
What's the... Go on, tell us your ghost stories. I've just
got
realised.
a couple, but
it's a bit
I'm going to go
Take
for
your
like...
glove off.
You just get really excited about ghosts. And almost get taken out by one.
Okay. I'm ready.
So I think 'cause I've got a few different little ghost experiencey things that I'm like, oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
But I think I'll go for the one that was like the most like long exposure.
Okay.
If that is a thing, long exposure to ghost. But
I don't know.
When like my parents bought a house when I was about 16, 17.
Yeah.
And I only managed to I only stuck it out living there for a year because it was just weird.
Yeah.
And like I'd wake
The house
up,
was weird.
the house was weird, but also when you're 17, you're like, I want to go and drink and talk, and you're
shake your
religious, and
titties
I
about
don't wanna
that.
go.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna leave. And but yeah, I think I lived there for like 2 years.
Yeah.
I moved out when I was 19, and I'd wake up a lot of times with my bed had like a heartbeat, but like it shakes the bed. So I'd just obviously convince myself I'm just lying funny.
Yeah.
It's just my own heart. It's fine. And try and get back to sleep. But it kept happening all the time.
That's weird.
And then when I had a boyfriend staying over, he was like, what's going on with your bed? Because he felt it too. But one night he got slapped awake by something. Obviously thinking it was me that had just slapped him.
Is it a
He would have
ghost?
deserved it. But I think he got a slap by a ghost.
Wanking ghost, just a
He's on
pervy
the end of
ghost.
the bed just like...
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then when your fella's there, he's like, fuck off.
Yeah,
Let me wank.
fuck this guy. But then I spoke to my brother about it because we lived in the attic rooms. It was this mad house. And so he was on one side and I was on the other. It was kind of like a self-contained flat, but it was just weird. And I talked to him about it, and he said that he had a time when he switched the lights off and something just ran at him.
You don't need that in your house, do you?
So I told my mum, and it turned out that every house we've ever had, my parents have gone round and prayed over it. They never got round to it in this one.
God's fault.
He's getting me back for
God's
pretending
fault,
to
wasn't
speak in tongues when I was a kid.
That's it, yeah.
Like, you liar.
That's mad.
Your bed's alive.
I'd hate that. I'd hate to be in the house and feel like something was running at me or something.
Yeah.
You're just stuck in the house,
Just
aren't you?
proper creeps you out.
I've had where I thought Dean slapped my ass and I turned around, there's nothing there.
Just got a dirty
I'm
ghost.
just dead
like
fast.
a little pervy ghost in the house.
It's not his first rodeo.
Anyway. Have you don't not asked about ghosts, are you? You went in that oubliette and just weren't even bothered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I want to believe in ghosts because I think it'd be quite sick.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen a scary way if you thought someone was running at you.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do. But
What do you do at the end of that? Just like just go to
just
bed
gotta give
now,
up and
or
die.
Yeah,
This
just
leave?
is the end.
yeah.
I mean, you've got, my only hope would be if it's going to grab me, that means I can grab it. I'm just going to try
No.
and kick it.
That's how
Or
it
something.
works.
That's not
So
work.
you can't
Right,
kick a
like that.
ghost.
Well,
Yeah.
well, how can the ghost touch me then?
It's special.
Forces.
Nah.
Yeah.
If it touches me, I have to be able to touch it.
Nope.
I'd like for there to be rules like that.
Yeah. yeah. I want a referee.
It
I want
enters you via the soul.
my asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
That's why they run to try and get a good leap in.
Yeah. with the head down,
Yeah.
Got their arms like this.
salmon dived up your
Yeah, I mean,
arsehole.
I've never really experienced anything that make me go, I've fucking seen a ghost there. And I'm like, I want to, but at the same time, I don't want to.
You saw balloons.
Did see balloons. That's weird.
Ghost
When it was like me
balloons.
21st or my 18th, I like woke up in the middle of the night, and it was like the night of me, like the night before my birthday, so going into my birthday. I like woke up in the night and was like, thought my mum had like snuck in and put balloons in for when I woke up. Do you know what I mean? The big helium ones. And I woke up in the morning and they weren't there. And I was like, that was weird.
Changed her mind. Took them back to the
Well,
shop.
there was downstairs.
Yeah.
Oh. And I was like, did you put them in my room last night? And she was like, nah. And I was like, I definitely seen them in my bedroom last night. And she was like, oh, it's your grandma that. Come and say happy birthday to you. You know, shit like that.
Yeah.
But I was like, that was weird. I just woke up and was like, she's been and put balloons in. Like, fell back
Yeah.
asleep.
Yeah,
And then they were downstairs. I was like,
yeah. I've
weird.
saw ghosts, but nothing like wasn't much. Just a little boy. But obviously, or I might be mad.
No one wants a friendly ghost though,
Yeah,
Yeah, I
well,
do.
I'd rather have a friendly ghost.
Why do you want demon ghost?
because then it's like, oh, I've got like a little friend with me.
You've
That's
just
weird.
You've just give it permission. It's gonna come and get you now.
Come on,
You're done.
Oh,
You're done, you.
I think you've invited an unfriendly ghost in. All the friendly ones were like, oh,
yeah,
Yeah.
You have to invite them.
I'd
you
well
just
rather
there.
have a friendly ghost. It'd be like having a dog or something, wouldn't it? Just in your house and you're on your own. And you're just
you
like,
didn't have to
hey.
walk it.
Yeah, you just turn the music up
I
and
remember seeing a TV show years ago, like probably in the 90s or something, because I've always been into like, true crime, supernatural shit. And there was a guy who had a poltergeist in his garage, and it kept just leaving money around for him. So it just kept making money appear.
oh,
It's like,
That's
I'd
the
like
best
that.
one of them.
Change
myself.
man, one of them.
I'll have
Yeah.
one of them, me, yeah.
I'll
Little
have
money ghost.
one financial spirit, please.
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Wonder if he was like the ghost of like
Like
a
a sugar
Ebenezer
daddy, sugar spirit.
Scrooge.
sugar
sugar
spirit, yeah. Like, do you know the
Didn't even have to send them any feed pics. You were good.
that's funny, yeah.
They get all the feet pics that they need. They're
Yeah.
Yeah, they just
ogling
look at
you
them
in the
while you're
shower.
asleep,
Look in the
innit?
night,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
A
It's like my
bear,
bed was like that.
a burlesque ghost might be one of the most annoying ghosts.
Why?
Just constantly hair, nipple tassels,
Yeah.
and clothes everywhere.
Trying to watch the telly, just a
Fuck's sake, not
laser going
again.
in your eye all the
See a
time.
bra fly across the room.
Yeah.
Like, oh, she's
Yeah.
off again.
I
Oh,
do
now,
that.
so when I die, have I got to come and haunt you?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
you can be my ghost demon. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
You
I'll
want-
try and get you some change, but it'll just be like loose change. Just like a couple of coppers.
Yeah, where's my gloves?
Yeah, don't smell any of your gloves.
And then you shot your fire stick and the house is on fire.
Yeah.
It's like, oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Mad.
mad. That we're gonna try and do a séance as well for our
Halloween special.
episode. So we had a
Nice.
medium
So you're
on.
just going to invite some spirits in.
Yeah, well,
Maybe
we're gonna
a
leave it to the
demon or
medium.
two.
I don't want.
Have you ever been to a
demon.
medium? Would you know any?
No,
No.
I don't think I have. Like, I went to a woman who said she was like a tarot reader, psychic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then two of my other friends did.
Hmm.
And then when I spoke to one of my other friends, she'd had the exact same reading. I think she just alternated them.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
like, you're going to be engaged within 18 months. I was like, I think not. I'm
Right.
22 at the time.
Yeah.
Like, and
So she had like 2 readings and she done
Yeah.
one for you, one for your mate, and then the same one for your third mate
Yeah.
type
Right.
thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
that's it.
Oh,
looking back and forth. Like,
yeah. The medium that we had on, like he got us, didn't he?
Yeah,
Like,
it,
some
like-
stuff was like,
do you believe now? Are you, like,
I don't know,
believe
because
in-
you know, and I've seen a lot of stuff where they're like, oh, it's people can cold read you, blah blah blah. And if that's
Yeah.
what he was doing,
how did he do it?
it's amazing.
Do you get what I mean? If
Like,
it was like a trick, it was incredible because we
but-
didn't tell him anything about us when he come here.
Yeah.
Didn't even know our names or nothing. Didn't even know what podcast he was coming on. He just
He knew
turned up
nothing.
here because we didn't want to tell him anything. So we wanted to speak to him and see if he got anything.
Yeah.
And the next thing he's telling Tom, the lad who's usually here, about his dad dying and his uncle and his uncle's personality and all this. Tom's nearly crying in the corner. He tells me about my nan and grandma, both called, he was like M-A-R, and I was like Margaret and Mary. It was both my nan and grandma's names and that.
Yeah.
And just like stuff that like, all right, yeah, maybe if it was cold reading, he fucking nailed it. Like, and I don't know how he done it, and it's incredible how he done it. But as I say, we didn't tell him anything. There's no information at all. He didn't even know our names. Amy finished the text with A. You know, all shit like that. And
But for me, that's just as fascinating.
that's what I mean.
'Cause
It's
I'm
still
like, how did
crazy.
you do
Like, I would have thought it was like, you know, because I know a lot of like mind readers and they kind of lead and they
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
have to look for really subtle
Yeah.
Tells and
little
that, yeah.
tells on the face. But to get that kind of information,
That's what I mean, yeah.
That's it. It's weird.
And if it
Yeah.
and then if it was like a trick, how the fuck did you how'd you
Yeah.
find that out?
Yeah, it's
Like-
mad. I love it. It's fascinating.
So either way, it was crazy. It was
Yeah.
either
Justice for Derek Akora. Is that what was it?
Apparently he was not good.
No, he wasn't.
But each to their own. So our other story, that wasn't even one of our stories that we've been doing lately, is it?
the
Our
ghost one.
questions, yeah.
Oh.
But we love a bit of ghosty stuff.
What would you do if you was a ghost for a week? Going
think I'd-
round
I'd
Steve's
definitely-
house.
Yeah, go around yours first. Yeah, I think I would just like to haunt about a bit.
Yeah.
Just see what's going on.
Would you annoy people or would you help people out?
I think I would annoy.
Yeah.
I'd go to the Houses of Parliament and I'd
Yeah.
just fuck shit up.
Yeah.
Nice.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would hide all of the bills.
It's just a
that are
normal
like,
ghost
I
noise,
know,
isn't it?
yeah. But I
They wouldn't be able
Yeah.
to tell because everyone else on the
Yeah.
bench is also like, "Ooh."
Yeah.
know, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. Like if I die before Boris Johnson, he's getting it.
Yeah.
Is
Watch
right.
out, Bojo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He watches as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stop
Bojo,
watching,
you fuck.
Bojo. Go away, not welcome. Yeah, I weirdly was like, I think I'd just walk into the sea. And
As a ghost.
yeah, because the water won't affect you, will it? So you just get to like live as
I
a
feel
mermaid.
like you're more light as a ghost though. Would you not just float at the top?
I
You'd just
mean,
be like floating
if
out.
we're what are we porous or what?
I don't think any I don't think any material like
yeah, if
affects you, does it? If
yeah,
you're a
so
ghost?
I'll just walk along the sand, live as a mermaid just for a little bit and see
Yeah.
the whales and all the weird creatures down there. Just do stuff that I
You
can't do as a land dwelling mammal.
Yeah.
As a ghost, you can fly about, can't you?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you
Yeah.
go up there if you want.
I'd fly to
Um,
space. I'd just keep
Oh,
flying.
yeah.
I'd
Just
keep
keep
flying
flying.
up for a week
Yeah,
until I
get
had
to
to.
heaven.
Yeah.
You're almost at the end of the week and you're like, the just
Well, it doesn't matter. It's wherever I get to in that week, I just keep going and see how far I get and be like, oh, it's
Yeah.
mad in space, isn't it?
I can't wait so we can.
That sounds more like the rapture than like.
Sounds so sick.
Yeah, it sounds boss that, doesn't it? Just go, I've been here for ages, fuck this. See how far high up I get.
Go find another planet.
That's it.
Take the piss out.
I don't know how fast you travel and how
Yeah.
far you'll get in a week, like, but you don't need to eat or anything, do you? So just,
Yeah, what
Just
would
fly
you?
for
What
a
would you
week.
name your planet?
I don't think I'd get to a planet in a week. You might get to the moon. It depends how fast you're flying.
Well, let's say you're flying fast enough that you get a planet. What you gonna call it?
What's the
100 mile
general
an hour.
speed limit for a ghost? Like,
Suppose.
We pondered the big questions
Yeah.
here on the Maltai Club.
Let's
let's
say.
with the radar gun, like it's too fast,
Yeah.
Just getting a ticket.
What do they call me planet?
pulling you over.
Don't know. Never
Dean's
thought about that
Bean.
before. Dean's Bean.
Yeah.
Nah.
The bean, the bean of Dean.
No, I need
No.
something like, don't know.
So you want to put your own name on it, kind of, don't you? Like, this is
Just
my
Dean's
planet.
World.
Dean's World. Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Planet.
Sounds like a water park.
Planet Dean. It would be a water park. I'd put a big water park on it.
Yeah.
I said that in like Trump's inflection, and didn't I? It was
I
weird.
put a big water park
Yeah.
on it. Yeah. Great.
Going to the
Um,
moon.
If you go to Mars At 100 kilometers an hour, it takes 64 years.
There you go. I'm not getting anywhere in a week. I might get to the moon.
How long did it take to get to the moon?
No, but you can blip.
No, you just gotta fly.
Can you teleport?
You can't teleport.
Yeah, but at what speed? You can go at the speed of light.
See, if I could have any superpower, it would be teleportation.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
make life so much easier.
Really good.
Teleporting
Teleport
or
to your gigs.
stopping time.
Yeah.
Either of them two. I don't
Or,
know
like,
which would be
Bernard's
better.
watch.
Yeah.
Like, there's still times where I wake up too early in the morning and go, oh God, I've got to get up.
Yeah.
Bernard
So I
used to
had
use his
Bernard's
watch for like shite stuff though,
Yeah,
didn't
he
he?
It's mad. I reckon if we all had Bernard's watch, we'd all just have it for sleeps.
Yeah.
So we could
Mainly for
pause.
sleeping and stealing things.
Yeah, sleeping and stealing.
Yeah.
That's it, really.
But Bernard used to just like stop an old woman's muffins from burning or something. It's like, fucking hell, Bernard, go and grab a tit or something, will you, lad?
Probably
You
did
know what I
on the way
mean?
out.
Like, yeah,
Just
on the way
making a
out.
cake really slowly while
Yeah.
the time stopped.
I know. Spoiled that one.
Yeah. He didn't know what he had.
I know.
no.
So go on. Regular staples then.
We done your awkward sex story, or did you say you had
Well, it's kind of an awkward post-sex story, really.
perfect?
All
So
good.
it was
All
like-
well and good in the mild high club.
It was
Oh.
just as I was you off. All right. It's like I just moved to London and I'd had a bit of a what I thought was going to be just a fuck buddy situation
Right.
with a guy. I'm not going to say his name.
Okay.
He's on the circuit as well, so I'm definitely
Okay.
going to say his name. But so yeah, we had like a one night thing. I thought it was going to just turn into like a pally fuck buddy situation.
Yeah.
And then he must have got the wrong end of the stick and then tried to like weirdly talk to me while I was in his bed still.
Right.
To be, like let me down easy, I guess. And I was
Right.
just confused and tired, like, are we not having sex or what?
Yeah,
I just
okay.
wanted to get laid. But
Yeah.
anyway, I'm gonna go to sleep. All right. Good
Yeah.
night. And it was
Quit
just like
yapping, bye.
weirdness. It was just odd. It was kind of weird for a while.
Yeah.
And then he got a massive advert campaign in London that was in all the tube stations. So I had to deal with this guy, like, not really ghosting me, I don't know, just like
Yeah.
thinking he needed to
And
go like, it's over. And I'm like, what's over?
There wasn't even anything. Yeah.
And then deal with like 30-foot high posters of his face in every single tube
That's hilarious,
station.
Yeah. Imagine if
I know,
the
it was
slogan of the
so-
ad was like, it's over.
Yeah,
as well,
Yeah, it's like he was meant to be like this nerdy guy in the advert as well. And like I remember being with my flatmate that I'd just moved in with, and we went to a tube station. And there was a giant poster of that guy, and he just went dead loudly like, "Can't believe you slept with that." Thanks, man. Cheers for that. But yeah, it was just dead awkward because it was
Yeah.
like proper months.
Just
and
everywhere you
seeing his
see,
face
everywhere
and
you
be
turn,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, that'd
that
be
guy
a
again.
mad thing to
Yeah.
be like, just have sex with someone and
The
then you see
celebrity.
the posters
And then
everywhere.
Big
just see them
celebrity or something,
everywhere,
yeah.
Yeah.
Mad.
What was it? What's about this footballer?
Well, I used to do a gig, like for a footballer, a Liverpool footballer, for many years ago.
Yeah.
And the first time I ever worked for him was like the launch party for his new bar.
Yeah.
So, books me to do burlesque, turn up, do my thing, and then I found out afterwards that his wife told him that he can't watch me perform.
Right.
So she was being a bit weirdly possessive and like,
Yeah.
you can't watch her perform. So
Yeah.
she made him turn round to face a fully mirrored wall.
Okay.
All right,
Yeah.
yeah.
So then when I spoke to him afterwards, he was like, yeah, I saw it, but
Right, sure.
I had to watch it.
I've seen it, but I
It's
didn't
there.
actually see it because
Yeah.
it's
Saw
a
it, but it
reflection, so
was,
I'm only
like,
seeing the
there.
light bouncing off of
Yeah.
you
But
through
then
that, so you know.
But
She
You
must
said-
have not liked me because she also made sure that I wasn't in the Hello Magazine spread for that lunch. It's dead funny. Like, I wouldn't want to be in Hello Magazine anyway.
That's funny.
Yeah.
But I was noticeably absent from it. And like I worked for him a couple of times after that. And
Yeah.
he's always like, he's a dead nice guy.
Yeah.
And he was always lovely. And
But his wife's a crank.
his wife, I did get a hug and a kiss off him one time. So yeah.
Hey, have
But
that.
yeah. But yeah, lovely guy. Not a fan of his wife.
No.
So, and I'm not saying who.
Wild.
Some
yeah.
footballer and some comedian. Work it out if you want.
I was going to be
I
Googling
know.
like crazy now, like,
Yeah.
with.
London comedian.
Yeah.
25,000
Nailed
results.
it.
Fuck.
Great.
And And then, did you think, what's your proudest moment?
And I mean, I know this is going to sound cheesy, really, but because I teach burlesque as well.
Yeah.
So I have a bunch of students who are all like, have come to me from never dancing before or having a bit of dance training in the past, never performed on stage before. And working with them to like create their own personas, stage names, costumes, everything. And then putting a showcase on for them to also like perform.
Amazing. I don't
Can
think that's
we
cheesy.
do that for a Patreon special?
Yes.
Yeah.
I can teach you burlesque. I can teach you some fire, but I can't eat it myself. And
We'll stick
probably
to
won't,
it.
actually, because
yeah, I'm all right
insurance
with
is a
it,
nightmare
yeah.
for that.
We can use
I
water.
could teach you how to whip things.
So have, have you got like a
cracking.
place
Yeah,
where
let's
you
learn
teach
that.
people?
Yeah, I have a studio.
Do you have a studio?
Liverpool.
So we could
Yeah.
come to the studio and film us training and stuff like that?
Can do if you want, yeah. I'm
Mate.
sure Helen wouldn't mind, but I can teach you whip tricks and I can do like,
That sounds great.
you know, like when you
August,
whip a
Patreon
newspaper.
special, burlesque.
Yeah, I can whip like newspapers down into smaller pieces.
Oh,
with,
shit.
Roses out of like people's mouths and
I'm
stuff like
scared.
that. But
Well, what we can do is
You
I
can
can
just do it
hold
with
a
your
newspaper
hands.
like this, naked, and you can whip it, and it keeps getting smaller and smaller and smaller.
That's our trick. Is there many burlesque couples?
there are a couple, like not that many.
Yeah.
So I mean, obviously me and my
Niche.
ex we're still
Oh,
on
okay.
good terms. If anyone's watching this, it's all
Did
good.
you perform
But,
together at the same time, or was you just
yeah.
separate?
No, we perform together. We do a lot of the whip acts together.
Right, okay.
Because we met backstage at a gig.
Yeah,
And
right, okay.
So we've both been very heavily involved in burlesque for a really long time.
Yeah.
Which kind of makes things a bit more weird now that we're
Yeah, you can't avoid
separated,
each
'cause it's
other.
like, yeah, but
That's like people sleeping with comedians. You know, like a lot of like open
Yes.
micers like will sleep with each other.
is there
and
a
all
lot of
and
that? Is there a lot of
Yeah.
open mic comedians just being like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just
Bit
they all
girl
hang
and
out
then
together, don't
realising
they? Everyone
how
goes for a
awkward it is.
bevy and that, and then they're all into
Yeah.
the same shit because like they're all into comedy and they have chats about comedy and they're all out bladdered,
Yeah.
and then next thing they sleep with one another, and I think it happens loads.
yeah.
And I don't know, very rarely it might end up them being a couple, but I think a lot of the time it just makes it a bit weird,
It's a bit
you know.
awkward, really, isn't
Yeah.
it? Just being like,
Yeah.
oh, hey.
Oh, it's
And then like people start getting jealous because they're getting better spots than you, and like
Yeah.
fucking like it's a weird thing.
That's mad.
getting jealous of whenever they get a booking. You
That's what I
don't
mean,
like
yeah.
that thing, yeah.
Mad.
Yeah. Grab that there. This is our members only club card
Oh, yeah.
for our guests.
Oh.
And it basically entitles you to a favour off us.
A favour. Ooh.
Not right now. It can be
Ah,
whenever.
I've been mulling this over.
Yeah,
All right.
mull
I've got a
away.
bit of time.
You never know what it could be. We still haven't had one used
Oh,
yet.
you never know what it could be.
That's what I mean.
A day of whipping.
I'm scared. I'm scared.
Yeah.
If that's what the favour is, then
Yeah.
I just gotta
it's
take
something
it.
dead interesting. I'll call you up like, "Oh, can your dog sit for me? Or
Yes.
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That doesn't sound like a favour anymore.
I hope everyone calls
Gives
in the
that back now.
favours to mind their animals.
That's it. No one's called
Yeah.
one in yet, and I'm waiting for that day.
You'll
I'm
get
scared,
it, and
you
it'll
know.
just be like, can you clean my house or something dead
Oh, shit, I
boring?
didn't think about that one.
Yeah, don't.
Can you give us a lift to?
I
gonna
think
bleep that
whatever
out.
any favours
Airport.
that come through though, we should film, because then we're like,
Yeah.
You know,
More
I think
content.
anytime anyone who's got one of these cards starts to move house anytime soon, you're going to be getting called.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's
You're
if that's
just
the
gonna
way it
be moving
is,
everyone
that's
You know
fine.
what? That's what friends are for.
Mild high moving club.
Yeah.
No, we don't do any
Yeah,
of
we
that.
bleep all them out.
Yeah.
All the
Alright, okay.
suggestions.
Cut this entire section.
Do you want to? Should we try and do a little burlesque move?
But that
to
now,
end, yeah, to end on.
why not?
Okay, so we'll just say thanks for watching.
Yeah,
Millie, thanks for coming
plug
on.
yourself.
Thank you for having
What's
me.
where
I
can
know
people
there's
find
so
you?
many things to plug. Okay, so Millie Dollar everywhere on the internet.
Yeah.
Basically, I am very easy to find. So
Yeah.
if you're a stalker,
It's the one
great.
with the tits out.
Yep, that's me. I also have my own podcast, sorry to plug, called
Yeah.
Cabaret Darlings, which is
Yeah.
on a COVID-based hiatus, but will be coming back very
Cool.
soon.
Yeah.
And I also teach burlesque in Liverpool, so if anyone else enjoys seeing
Where's
these
that?
moves, it's at Livewire Dance Studios on Renshaw Street, but
There you
it's
go.
the Dollar Bills Workshops.
Okay, cool. And
Good
we
fun.
might try and get in and
Yeah.
film something. That'd
Yeah.
be cool if we're allowed.
Yeah.
Thanks, Steve.
Nice one for stepping
Anything
in.
to
Welcome.
plug? Haven't you got a little podcast? Or?
No.
No,
No.
didn't think so.
Shit, innit?
Yeah,
Just
Boring.
yeah, it'll be
Yeah.
done that soon.
it's on a downward spiral.
Yeah. But yeah, nice one for jumping on, Steve. It was good. Live show, July 13th. Talent show. It's going to be a roast between Kyle and Tom. It's going to be dead fun. Hot water every Monday night. Come down. It's always a laugh. Timberjacks. Go check them out. Green Angel. Go check them out as well.
Patreon.
There's loads of stuff on there. The Axe Throne special is going to be on there soon. Get an episode every week. All the live shows go on there. You get access to live show tickets and discount on them. Discounts on merch that we're going to be bringing out again. And all the future Patreon stuff we're going to do. We're doing a sports day next month on some sort of drugs, which would be fun.
Monday night, hot water.
It'll be mad,
Come
won't it?
down. Yeah. Monday night, hot water, come down.
Yeah.
Free.
Yeah, and
Always.
I might be there on occasion.
Yes.
There you go, yeah. And other than that, nice one for watching, everyone. And we're going to try
We
and
love you.
do something burlesque.
And now we're going to dance you out.
So if
Are
you're
you ready?
listening
Stay
to
as well?
audio,
You joining?
go on the YouTube
Stay, come
because
here,
it'll be
please.
ending now.
No, you need to stand here.
If you're on the YouTube, get ready for something special. Let's go.
Well, you look like you were going in for a bit of a shimmy there, so should I go for the shimmy because it's nice,
Go on.
nice and easy?
We all in shot.
Alright.
Right, we're in here.
So with the shimmy, you want to try and keep the shoulders nice and loose because
Let's
you've
see.
taken the shape of the body to the goods.
Also, you don't want to.
So-
My bum's
So
going.
keep the bum
I
still.
like sometimes
Is my bum
the
meant to
butt
go?
It can do, yeah.
Keep doing it together.
So you want to take the arms out. We're going to make sure to keep those fingers nice. We're going to keep everything loose, and we're just going to shake it through.
I can't put my arms up and keep my shoulders loose at the same time. Doesn't work, does it? Down there is fine.
I was doing it. But if it's down there, you're just doing this. But yeah, you can shimmy the butt as well.
My bum's going
Obviously,
anyway.
you can't see much because I've got a big skirt on. But a lot of the times people, when they're trying to get that shimmy, they find the butt goes too.
My bum does go.
But my bum's defo going here.
So you think you're going to have to turn around.
See, as soon as we-
Come on, yeah. There we go. Stop it.
I'll take your sock off with your bum.
Oh yeah, give it a shot.
Take me sock off with my bum.
No, I mean, off your hand. I mean, just, we haven't got gloves, have we?
Right.
Go on,
Remember the marigolds next time.
let's go.
So we have a sock.
You want to
Let's
make
put
sure
it on my hand.
The David
keep a little gap
Burlesque show.
between the end so that you've got room.
Bow, now, now.
So you want a bit of
Need a
gap.
bit of, need
Sorry,
something
a
to
bit
just
like
sock
that
and
there.
purchase on.
Been a bit sweaty.
Clasp this bit with your butt cheek and pull it off.
Got tights on. Sorry guys.
This is what we want.
Bow, now, now.
Well, there's a nice little tail there as well.
Lovely stuff. Thanks, Millie. We appreciate
Thanks
it.
for having me.
Nice one, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the. Oh, shit,
Love yous, bye.
shit away.